This is logarithm questions. So let's look at this type of problem and see how we can solve that. In the question, you are given this 3 log x base 10 plus or 3 log log 3 base 10 is equal to log of 81 base 10. They say you should solve the equation. So anytime they say you should solve this equation, it means that you should find the missing variable, right? So this guy is what we are looking for. So what can we do to solve this type of problem? We are not familiar with what this guy here. The guy here is log. We are not familiar with what the log. All that we know is the variables and some numbers. So look at this one. So how do you do that? So for you to be able to tackle that problem, you need to have some tools, right? Those are the tools that will help you in solving the problem, or the ingredients. So I call them ingredients. So what it means is that in logarithm, so this is one thing you have to have at all or inside your bag before you can solve this type of problem here. So log of AB, so log of what, the first guy here, right? Log of the first guy multiplied by the second guy, right? These guys are multiplying. It means that this is one thing you just have to know. It means that log of the first person plus or log of for the second person. So this guy just a log. So assuming this is a newborn baby, we are giving it a name, what, log, right? So log, what is that is that we are combining two things by multiplication, then it means you should add it to. Is okay? You can just remember this thing by the multiplication sign. That is in my opinion. You see, this is a multiplication or symbol here. So what will happen if you have switch this guy the other way around? So it will give you a plus. You see, this is just a multiplication, this is plus. That is one way just to remember that if you two things are being multiplied in logarithm, it means addition. So the second one is when I'm dividing the first guy by the second guy, when I'm dividing, it means that there's a subtraction, right? So log of for the first person minus log of for the second person minus this minus. I can just use this symbol of what, division here, to remember that when I'm dividing two guys, it is what, minus, right? Just for understanding purposes. And the third tool is that when I have log of first person raised to certain power, right? Log of this guy raised to x. So what it means that you should bring this guy down. You cannot hang yourself at the top. Automatically you fall down, right? One of the Newton's law, right? So this guy has to come down here. So it means that when I have log of a exponent s, it is what, x log what, log a, right? X log a. Is that okay? So that is one. We'll have a look at how to use these things in solving the problem that we just saw. So log of the same person. So log of this guy base a, right? Log of the same person. If I see the same number and the same number here, so what it means is that one will give me 1. These are all just a definition that you just have to have at your disposal and see how best you can do that. Of course, this information, the base can be anything, right? The base, this is what we call a base. The base here, by here, the bases are 10. The base can be any number. Is that okay? The bases here can be any number being given to you in the question. So let's begin with our problem. We are having this guy is equal to that. We want to solve that. Now look at something. This guy here, the first person here, I'm having 3 log s base 10. Is that okay? 3 log s base 10. As you see, this is somehow a little bit complicated. That I can see some of the tools inside this one. This one, just the first person. So that one will give me what? Look at it. Just remember the information I gave you earlier on. What says that when I'm having is it in indices or logarithm, you can write front or back, right? What I mean by front and back. So this guy here can go to the top. Is that okay? The 3 here can go to the top, or it can come to the down. The reason is that we want to eliminate the log, right? So that we can deal with variables and what numbers only. So this will give me log of what, s exponent 3, right? Just for the first one, log of s exponent 3 plus this guy. I can't see any 2 within this, right? So this is okay. So and then the latter one is also okay. Is that okay? Now let's move on. Now what will happen? Here you can see that these 2 guys are being added, right? These 2 guys are being added. So one of the definitions of the logarithm says that when they are adding, we should multiply, or when they are multiplying, we should add. You can move front and back. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Here, you can when they give you this, you can split it into this form, or when they give you this, you can bring it back into this form, depending on what you are looking for, right? So this is what we are using now. Is that okay? Now we saw this in the question, and then we want to rewrite it in this form, right? So that's what I mean by front and back. So here I'm having log of what, s exponent 3 plus log of 3 is equal to a log of 81. So these 2 guys here obviously I can multiply them, right? I can multiply, they are having the same base, so we can multiply that. So meaning that this guy and that guy will be what? 3s exponent 3, right? The basis is still 10. But one thing you have to pay attention to is that the basis has to be the same before you can multiply. Okay, now when I give you this guy, you can just rewrite this guy to look like that. So why can't you write this guy to look like the one here? So on the right hand side, we are not doing anything to that. Okay, I'll give him a log of what? 81. Now what are we looking for? Our aim here is to take the logarithm away so that we can just deal with what? Our numbers and variables. Those are some of the things that we are familiar to already, right? So how can we eliminate this guy away? So the log here, so you have to take what? Antilog, right? You have, or sometimes in some cases some people call antilog, however you want to pronounce. So that one is your own case here. So we have to take the antilog. The work of the antilog that is to help us eliminate this logarithm away. Is that okay? This guy here, the work of this antilog here help us to take what? This guy away. So we'll take an antilog of what? Both sides. So meaning that we want this antilog to cancel the log here away. Is that okay? Okay, so after taking the antilog, the two log, the log will go away, right? Those two sides, the log will cancel out. So I'm having what? 3s exponent 3 is equal to 81. Now we can solve this equation because we are looking for x. Okay, so now let's move. What I have to do is let any guy that is attached to the x should go away because this is what we are looking for. So dividing both sides by what? 3 will give me what? We are dividing here by 3 and then here by 2. So this guy and that guy will cancel out, right? So this guy will be what? 27 here. Is that okay? So that's how I got a 27 here. So how can we eliminate this 3 on top here? So this 3 here can be what? Look at where the 3 is not multiplied, but it's being raised to what? A power, right? So that is what. So you have to take a cubic root. Is that okay? The cubic root here will help us cancel this 3 away, right? If it is 4, you have to take the 4th root. If it is 2, you have to take what? A square root of that. Is that okay? You just want this guy to go away because you are looking for 8. So how do you do that? After taking the cubic root, whatever you do here, you have to do the same thing on what? On the right hand side. So this guy will help us cancel that guy out, right? So that's how I got to. And then you take the cubic root of what? 27, right? 27, and that will give him what? S is equal to 3. So this is how simple you apply that method in solving. So look at the second question and see what is happening. From the question, you have been asked to solve this thing, right? Log 600 base 10, and then you are giving log 6. Is that okay? You are giving log 6. You see, in that question, you are giving only log 6, but they say you should find log 600. So one trick here is that you have to make sure that you see log 6 in your problem solving, so that we can just replace that, because that is what we are giving, right? We are giving log 6 right here, but they say you should find log 600. You have to make sure that you see log 6 in your problem solving, so that you can easily replace that. So let's have a look at that. So that is what log 600 here can be split into a log 6 multiplied by what? 100. Can you see? It's the same 600 here. The idea is that you are giving log 6. Is that okay? So once I got log 6 in my problem solving, I can easily replace that. Okay, so I'm just splitting this number into 2. That is what 6 multiplied by 100. Okay, now let's move on. With this multiplication, I know one of what the tools in logarithm says that when they are multiplied, right, it means that we can just add the two. With two things. So this is the first guy, and this is the second guy. What are they doing? They are multiplying. So I can split this guy into 2 by what? Addition. That is one key. So if you don't know that, I don't think you can solve this problem. That is why you have to have that at your disposal. So log 6 plus log 100 here. Can you see? So I'm using that 2 to split this guy into 2. Okay, so log 6 base 10 plus log 100 here. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I'm giving this log 6. Is that okay? So I have to sit down. Now let's move on. We are left with what? This guy here. So how can we make this guy goes away? So you just have to apply the 2. So I'm having log 6 here base 10. I'm not doing anything to that. So our focus is here. So log 100, obviously that this 100 can be 10 exponent 2. Why? This 10 exponent 2 to help me in the long run. So let's see how this guy can help us here. So 10 exponent 2 is the same as 100. So obviously that log 6 here, we are still not doing anything to that. So here we can bring this guy down with one of the laws. So the 2 here can go down. Is that okay? If it is here, it can go up depending on what we are looking for. So the 2 here can go down here. So that's why I brought these two here down here, right? So that's why I had my 2 log of 10 base 10. Is that okay? Log of 2 log 10 base 10. Okay, now we are giving this in the question. Obviously we are giving that log 6 base 10 is equal to 0.778. so that here I'm just replacing. Is that okay? That's the sort we are giving here, plus 2. Where is this one coming from? This one is coming from, remember that one of the laws is that log of the same base is equal to 1. Here, this guy, log of that same guy, right? These two guys is equal to 1, irrespective of whatever is here. If here is 1000, then here is also 1000, it means that it is 1. So that is how I got my 1 here, right? So to log of the same base, so this one here will just give you 1, right? This guy will give you 1, so 2 multiplied by 1. So you just have to add these two guys to have your 2.778. So this is how simple you apply the logarithm of maybe definitions or formula. I call them roadmap. These are the things that we have to look on to get to our destination with logarithm. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.